G'day, this video profiles Deep Creek number 1 track, which runs between Maiden Town Track and the intersection with Deep Creek number 2 track and Deep Creek number 5 track. This track is located approximately 5 kilometres north of the Walhalla township, so it's fairly easy to get to. This is one of those iconic tracks that a lot of four-wheel drivers like to come and do because you drive along the Scatabit Creek at the bottom of the valley for about half a k. As you go down the hill, there's a lot of hairpins. Some of them, like this one, you can get around. Others you need to back up and take another go at getting around the corner. There's some pretty fair slopes down in this country. You can see the surface of the track is really rocky and loose, but overall pretty good track. So now we're just down at the bottom of the valley and we're starting to enter into the riparian forest, I guess you'd call it. Lots and lots of big tree ferns. If you want to come here, you're definitely going to get a few pinstripes. So we're now starting to enter the track that runs up Scatabit Creek. You can see it's very lumpy with lots and lots of big boulders and rocks. This section of the track is extremely technical and you do have to be very careful driving along. So it's not for the light-hearted. On the day we did it, the flow was very low, but during other parts of this year when it's wetter, the creek can be much higher. There's a lot of technical challenges. We did this with two 80 series Land Cruisers. I think it's fair to say that this is a difficult track. You do need to have a very well set up four-wheel drive that has a lifted suspension, and do expect some knocks along the way because inevitably you will be touching up some rocks. There is one obstacle at the upstream end of the creek, and that's a big rock step up which will come into view in a few moments. There you go, you can kind of get some perspective with one of our guys, Scott, standing there filming. Even with the lifted 80, I still managed to bang the chassis underneath. Coming out of the creek, the track just goes straight up a really steep hill, and if you watch the track slopes, there's some pretty damn steep bits in a couple of sections where they go up those mounds on the road. You're getting upwards of 25 degrees, which is getting it up there with angles. Track's pretty loose, but it's flat, it's good traction. So we're now getting up onto the first ridge, come across a couple of four-wheel drives. Looked like the creek had taken its toll again on one of them. Pretty dusty conditions to be following other four-wheel drives, so we just pulled right back to get out of the dust cloud. The top section of the track is fairly easy to drive, but it's got a fair bit of undulation, fair few rutted sections. The track's a fairly straightforward drive in dry conditions. However, looking at those ruts, I think it would be an entirely different proposition in wet conditions. We're just basically following the ridge line. It's pretty flat at this point. Still climbing a little bit. And here we are approaching the intersection with Deep Creek number 2 track. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you out there.